there! Welcome to my channel. Imagine this scenario. Your phone rings in the middle of the night. You look at the clock. 3 a.m. flashes back at you. Sleepily, you reach out to check the caller. It's an unknown number. Should you pick up? Well, you know the saying, never call a dead person, right? So the next time your phone lights up with a ghostly midnight call, it might be a good idea to let it go to voicemail. Because there are times when the face of a dead person appears on your cell phone. And if you decide to pick up, they might try to tell you something extremely important. Welcome back to my channel. I've investigated dozens of paranormal cases in my lifetime. Today, I'm going to share with you a terrifying truth about calls from dead people for decades. People around the world have reported something that sends chills down their spines. People get regular phone calls from the dead. And don't think this is just a one-off story. It's not some local legend in a small town. No, this is a chilling phenomenon that crosses borders, cultures, and continents. From America to Europe and Asia, people have heard the ring of their phones in the quiet of the night, only to see a name on the screen that should have stayed silent forever. We're talking about names like Mom, Dad, Grandpa, or maybe the name of a close friend or a loved one you thought you'd never hear again. If you've ever experienced such a situation, you've probably sat up in bed, heart pounding, wondering why that particular person from your past was reaching out to you in the dead of night. Most people throw it off as a prank or ignore it and hope it goes away. But others coo and help but wonder if their departed loved ones are trying to send them a message. To understand this phenomenon better, let's look at one of the earliest recorded cases of a call from the dead. It was in 1966 in the United States. More specifically in the state of Illinois, a woman named Helen Acton was struggling to cope with the loss of her son. Her son, Larry, had tragically passed away, leaving a huge hole in her heart and a longing for answers. Every night, she would pray for guidance, hoping to connect with her son somehow, anywhere. Little did she know that her prayers would be answered in a most unexpected way. One evening, as Helen retired to bed, the phone in her room rang. Startled, she picked up the receiver. On the other end of the line was her son, Larry. His voice was clear as day, and he was asking for his favorite candy bar, something they shared as a joke when he was alive. Helen could barely contain her shock. Was this really her son calling her from beyond the grave? Helen wasn't the only one who heard a voice from beyond. In 1974, two researchers named Friedrich J.E. Simon and Hans D. Schicht also documented a similar case. A woman from Zurich, Switzerland, who remained anonymous, received regular nighttime phone calls from her husband, Kurt, who had passed away a few months earlier. The calls came in daily, around 3 a.m., just like clockwork. What made this story even more bizarre was that the couple's phone was disconnected. So, how were these calls getting through? Sometimes the phone would ring, and when she answered, she would hear her husband's familiar voice on the other end. Other times, the line was filled with static, and she could swear she heard him calling out her name. It seemed as if the spirit of Mr. Klaus was trying to connect with his wife one last time. But that's not all. In 1979, another incident occurred that left people questioning the boundaries between the living and the dead. A woman in New York was enjoying a quiet evening at home when suddenly the phone rang. The caller ID displayed a name that made her heart skip a beat. It was her father, devastated by his passing just 3 days prior. She didn't know what to feel. Surprise, confusion, disbelief. But something her father said sent chills down her spine. Before hanging up, he told her to check the basement. Puzzled, she went down the stairs and discovered a dangerous gas leak. Had her father been trying to warn her about the potential danger in the house? Could he have called to save her life? As the years rolled by, similar cases started popping up across the globe. From the United States to Europe to Asia, people began sharing tales of receiving phone calls from their dearly departed loved ones. It was almost as if a veil between the living and the dead was thinning, allowing spirits to cross over and communicate with us in ways we couldn't explain. In the early 2000s, a man from Australia named Daniel Taylor recounted his eerie experience. He received a phone call from his best friend who had tragically passed away a month earlier in a car accident. Not only did the caller ID show his friend's name, but when he checked the timestamp on the voicemail, he realized that it was recorded hours after his friend's death. Daniel felt a chill run down his spine. Was this a simple coincidence or a sign from his friend from beyond the grave? These stories led to widespread discussions and debates. Some people believe that these calls were genuine messages from the afterlife. On the other hand, skeptics argued that there had to be a rational explanation behind them. Theories ranged from glitches in the telecommunications system to hallucinations caused by intense grief. Many wondered if they should pick up the phone if they received a call from the dead. After all, what if it was a chance to connect with a lost loved one last time? Now, there's a whole community of people online who share their experiences of calls from the dead. Many believe that when we lose someone, their essence remains connected to us in some way, even after their physical presence is gone. According to them, these calls are a testament to the enduring power of love and connection. However, there's a dark side to these stories. Some say that if you receive a call from someone who's supposed to be dead, you should never hang up. They claim that doing so could sever the connection between the living and the dead, leading to tragic consequences. Instead, they advise answering the call and engaging with the voice on the other end, believing that it may bring closure or deliver an important message. The question remains, should you pick up the phone if you receive a call from the dead? Is it a chance to connect with the beyond or a risk you shouldn't take? There's no right or wrong answer. It's a deeply personal decision that depends on individual beliefs and experiences. Personally, I would approach such a situation with caution and respect for the unknown. After all, the realm of the paranormal is shrouded in mystery, and anything can happen. Skeptics argue that these calls can be explained by factors like faulty telecommunication systems, accidental connections, or even elaborate hoaxes. They believe that our grief can play tricks on our minds, leading us to believe we're rehearing from the dead when it is nothing more than a figment of our imagination. So what do you think? Have you ever received a phone call from the dead? Would you pick up if it happened to you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We would love to hear your experiences and perspectives on this fascinating topic. While there is no concrete evidence to support the idea that we can communicate with the dead through phone calls, the stories people tell keep the debate alive. It is a topic that has captured the imaginations of many and sparked countless conversations around kitchen tables and late-night talk shows. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more thrilling content like this. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, stay curious and keep an open mind. You never know what secrets the universe might reveal.